What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Boken Garage, and today we have a very fun video for you, one that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've also been dreading for a long time, and that is replacing these nasty old brown, tan, whatever color you want to call them, seats. So what we got to replace them with today are some beautiful WRX STI style seats. I know they're not STI, but if you guys have seen the STI seats, you know they look honestly exactly like this, just with the blue or the gray and the red. Honestly, I thought the blue was kind of tacky. Yeah, I know the blue has a suede finish compared to this mesh finish, but I really like this. I love the black. I think it's going to look fantastic in the car. And honestly, I am very excited and stoked to put these in. I have wanted some STI style seats for this car for a long time because these things, I don't know if you guys know, I am 6'2.5". And when I sit down, these things have no back head support. Like, my head's higher than this, and it's just not comfortable for me. They're not the worst seats. Like, the passenger side is in good condition, the driver's side not so much, but they're just not for me. And I like how those are taller. And honestly, from what I've seen in videos and of other people installing them, they're going to come up pretty high on the headrest, which is good for me because, again, my neck will be supported, my back will be supported, all that good stuff. The only reason why I'm not looking forward to doing this installation, guys, yes, replacing seats is going to be easy, simple, bolt in, bolt on, boom. The problem is my carpet is incredibly dirty. I don't know if that picks up on camera, but there's dog hairs, cat hairs, every kind of hair, human slime, stuff that you don't want inside your car, all on my carpets. So what I got to do first, once I take these seats out, I don't care about cleaning them. I'm going to take them out. Then I gotta heavily, like, scrub the bottom of the carpet and soap it up, clean it up, try and get as much of this cat hair, dog hair, fur, or whatever it is out of here. And then probably gonna spray the carpet black while it's inside the car just because. I don't know. We might not do that. We might do that. I don't know. Because then I have to take out the center console and all that stuff to get underneath it. And I don't think I'm gonna be doing that today. Who knows? But yep. First, I got to take out these seats. Got to clean up that carpet because that carpet is disgusting. And then we can do the fun part. But that is the disgusting bad part. So let's set you guys up on a tripod and let's get to it. Because honestly, this is going to be fun except for that part. All right, guys, so now we got the first seat out. Something I found a little bit interesting is that these actually have 5 bolts holding them in. I've seen everyone online say 4 bolts, like, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, but the back has 2, which is kind of weird. Yeah, but whatever. So hopefully you can see this on camera. This is why I was dreading this, guys. Taking the seats out is easy, but look at all that dog hair. Like, good Lord. I got to clean up all of that crap before I even think about putting the seats back in. And I'm not looking forward to that. And we removed the driver's side off screen, guys, because honestly, it's pretty much the same exact process. You got the 2 bolts in the back, which I'm still surprised about. 1 bolt here and the 2 up front. But just look at that. Oh my God. That is just so horribly disgusting. Yeah. And also I found some bullet shells and batteries hidden underneath the carpet. So you can tell this car has had a life from the previous owner. But before we can put the new seats in, we got to clean it. guys, honestly, it's not the cleanest it could be. Like, obviously, I can get down there, I can just scrub it and whatnot and shampoo it. But honestly, I don't think this carpet's really worth saving, guys, because, I mean, just look at all the tears that are in it. Like, just literal actual holes just all up in it that I just cannot cover with a proper mat. So I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth trying to save. It's dirty, it's ripped up, it's torn. It's the original carpet. But you know what? I just wanted to clean up most of the fur that was on here, just get most of it out of the way so that we can put the new seats in and at least be happy. So now that I did it to this side, I'm gonna do it to the other side. Just, again, quick vacuum, clean it up, because just look at that. It's just, nobody wants to be driving around with that underneath their seats and at their feet, if you feel me. So let's get that done, and then I will go over to what I gotta do to the seats. Because they won't just bolt straight in. They will, at least from what I'm told, but from what everyone says, there's a little bit of modification I got to do to make them fit perfectly, or to work perfectly, and I'll go over that when we're done vacuuming. And there we go, guys. Again, a vacuumed interior. Like, not 100% cleaned out like it could be. Like, I know I can get rid of all these stains with scrubbing and everything, but again, this carpet's kind of a little bit too far gone. Like, this side, honestly, is not that bad. It's still got some fur in it and all that, but like, tear-wise, the passenger side is actually in really good shape compared to the driver's side. So I don't know. I'm debating on when I want to do that, when I want to replace that, swap that out. I kind of think maybe we'll do that when we get the new dashboard, because then a lot of that's going to come out anyway. So maybe with the new dashboard, we'll then fully, properly clean that when it's out of the car, and then, like, you know, scrub it, shampoo it, do all that stuff. And maybe it'll clean up and we can actually just, you know, dye it. But for now, we're going to mess with those seats. So you guys remember how earlier I said these seats got to be modified just a little bit to go into that car? Well, from what I understand, the rails and everything should bolt in perfectly fine. That shouldn't be an issue. But what I've seen and what I've heard, unfortunately, that those right there, the buckles, do not work. Apparently, the buckles from the GCs will not bolt into a GD or anything later and whatnot. It just will not clip. So I've got to take this off. I've got to take the ones from my old seats, pop them on here, and then we'll be golden and good. So shouldn't be that hard. It just looks like they're held on by a bolt. Although, I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, guys, so we kind of ran into a little bit of dilemma, and I kind of forgot that only one of these seats came with the buckle, and they're a bit different from the old ones. So if you can see here, the GC8 had bolts holding its seatbelt in place. Well, the new one has a bolt instead of a nut. So we only have one of the bolts, so it doesn't make any sense for me to, you know, not use it on the driver's side, which is this one right here. Because I don't really have passengers all that often, and honestly, by the time I do have a passenger, I can just get a new bolt by then. So, yeah. So we're going to bolt in the driver's side, which came with the wire here that I completely forgot was there, because it's to tell you that, hey, seatbelts, you know, not secured or attached or whatever. So really simple. Like, I know you guys saw the fast forwarding me of removing it from the other side, but yeah, really cheap, easy. And you guys might be wondering, like, why do I still have the brown tan seat belts? Because, or the seat release thingy? Because honestly, getting a black set won't be that hard. All things considered, it'll actually be pretty easy. So I'm not too worried about that in the future. I can get that when I eventually swap out the actual seat belts themselves for a set of black ones for the front. The back seat belts are still tan because honestly, I don't mind it. It doesn't really bother me. I kind of like the clashing style. It lets people know where the car originally came from. But boom, just like that, guys. It's on, not going nowhere, and we have a seat that we can install. All right, so I don't know if that's going to come through on video or not, because I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not, or have that as a blooper reel. But these rails, I don't know when the last time they were used. They are incredibly stiff, and I could not get them to go forward and whatnot. I got them finally to go forward, but I noticed something. If you look there in the back, see if I can get the GoPro down there and get you guys closer than I can see. That hole will line up, but it has that bracket in the way to where it is nowhere near bolting in. So at some point in the future, I'm gonna have to cut that bracket off and get that bolt in, whether I use like an extension bolt or something. But yeah, that was a little bit of a challenge, but the seat is in and I really like it. So let's move on to the next one. Actually, guys, I stand corrected. So after fandangling it and moving it a bit, like you can see the hole is a lot closer. So all I gotta do is lift it up and that back bolt should go right in. That one, if I can angle the GoPro, that one right here is still like a good couple inches away, but that one right there, that one's gonna go. So sweet, never mind. These are bolted in. You do need to fandangle with them a little bit before they just straight bolt in, because it's a bigger seat. Bigger bracket, it sits a lot higher, which I do like. I love that. But you just gotta, if you guys are doing this project yourself, you just gotta remember, take your time. It is gonna require a little bit of fandangling to get in. And if you have stiff rails like I do, I just shot them with WD-40 and kept just trying to rock it back and forth, and eventually it went. So, hooray. And just like that, guys, bam, we got both seats in. I'm not gonna lie, the passenger seat went in so much easier than the driver's side. I don't know why, but it did. Honestly, it gave me less of a fight than the driver's side did, and it just looks, honestly, both seats look at home. They look beautiful inside the car. I absolutely love them. I will say though, with a little bit of caveat of warning, if you are thinking about putting the STI seats in your GC8, and you are a tall man like me, I'm 6'2.5", and with these seats, you get raised so high that my head is hitting the ceiling. So if you're a tall guy, maybe not the ideal thing for you. Also, another issue for some people, not so much for me, is that it pushes forward more than the actual stock seats. So you'll be very up close and personal with your steering wheel if you are a very big, hefty fellow or a tall person. But for me, honestly, it makes getting into the car so much easier, so much more comfortable. I have a higher viewpoint now out of the vehicle, and I love it. Personally, I think this is great. Like, I just absolutely love the way these seats look. They fit comfortably. They fit me comfortably. But if you are a hefty, big fellow, you may not like these seats. They may sit way too forward for you. You might not like your knees being crunched up like my knees are right now. And honestly, for me, again, it's not the worst. I've had worse. I wouldn't mind, one more click back, but this is as far as they go. I will prove that by trying to slide it back more. It will not. But if you go forward all the way, I will be sandwiched by that. So for short people, for girls, if they have a GC8, or if you're just a short guy, these would be perfect for you. They make you sit higher, they make you sit closer. You have a better view of everything around you, and they just look great. I mean, just come on, look at that. Even the passenger seat, that is just beautiful. These STI seats, I mean, again, I know some of you guys out there in the comments are going to be like, oh, they're not STI because they don't have the stitching that says STI, and they're not blue, or they don't have the red fins on the side. And guys, they're literally the same exact shape. Like, these things are the same exact shape and design and upholstery and bolster and all that. of a GC8 STI seat or WRX STI seat. I shouldn't say GC8 seat, but an STI seat. Just, it doesn't have the blue suede. It doesn't have the stitching that says STI or the red, but they're literally the same freaking seats. Like, if you know, you know, they are the same seat. But that's going to do it for today's video. I bought those recently from a guy up in the hometown where I actually was born. So that was a fun drive, getting to go back to the countryside, kind of just having fun over there with the drive. And then got these for an insane deal. Like, literally got both of the seats for 150 bucks, and they are in amazing condition. Like, you cannot beat that. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking. Like, if you guys are a keen eye viewer, you're probably wondering, where's the big handlebar for the driver's side here that's supposed to do like the butt support or whatever. So, funny story is, that passenger seat is a USDM passenger seat. This is a JDM passenger seat. So, no butt thingy. But honestly, for me, I don't care. I think it looks great. I love the way it looks in the car. I love the way they feel. And honestly, I'm about to go get some dinner, drive these out, and take it for a test drive. So that's going to do it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys like seeing the progress of this car as much as I'm enjoying doing it, driving it, and just absolutely loving it. I know last episode we said we're going to do like the wing, or we're going to do rims, or we're going to do something, but like the opportunity to get these seats for a good deal came up, and I just couldn't say no to it. So it's kind of what happened, but we are still in the process of doing the suspension, the muffler, the wing, all that good stuff. And I know some of you guys might be getting tired of the Impreza updates. And don't worry, we got plans for this girl right here. She's got some plans. The thing is with her, though, she's honestly, I mean, again, like I said in past videos, that stuff, I have all that. It's all in the back. I was taking apart the transmission to repair it. It had a bad pilot bearing. So replace the pilot bearing, rear seals, and all that stuff. But I have the interior. I'll put it back eventually. But we will do some work on this car. Like, honestly, like I was going to say, she is stock. There's really not a whole lot I want to do to this car other than keep her stock, pristine. We're going to try and hunt down an original cover for the back. Mine broke a long time ago. My privacy cover, I still have the fabric for it, but the cardboard for it broke a long time ago. But the car's complete. Literally, she has everything she needs to have stock. The only thing that I might do to her, honestly, is just like replacing the seats, and just so I can take these seats down to a shop and have them get reupholstered. Honestly, that's like the only thing I really need to do that. And then find new interior pieces for this, replace this piece, or get that reupholstered as well. Honestly, again, she's stock. There's not a whole lot I want to do to her or that I need to do to her. Paint job, body work, that's average with most old-ass cars. And that's it. Like, everything else on her works perfectly fine, so I don't really need to do a whole lot to her. So we got the neighbors' kids out. They're making a ruckus. They got their dogs out making a ruckus. So I'm going to cut the video here, guys. Again, thank you for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And just remember, every broken car is an adventure.